Today on an all-new Dr. Phil. From survivor
At 16 months old, he battled stage 4 cancer.
to street thug.
The first time I got locked up in juvie, it was cool. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be here with my homies.
What exactly happened here?
I got smacked up.
You said that you were stealing some guns from the wrong person.
We are all scared for his life.
Will he accept his family's help?
We're leaving right now. Can I ask
Hey,
for
bro!
information?
I'm not leaving, bro!
Today's going to be a changing day in your life. You've never had anybody working harder to bring you to the threshold of change than right now. Well, at 16 months old, Gabe made headlines when the community rallied around him and his family as he battled stage 4 cancer with a 1 in 3 chance of survival. Well, Gabe is now 15 years old and in remission, but his mother Sharon says her sweet outgoing boy has become a wannabe gangster who has chosen his homies over his family. Take a look.
When Gabe got cancer, our entire lives turned upside down. Now we have to save him from this gang lifestyle that he's trying to lead.
Stop calling the cops on me.
You don't expect me to call the police when you're running away, stealing guns. I sometimes feel that when he went through his treatment, the chemo took a piece of his soul. It was like a switch flipped. He was angry, became very aggressive, verbally, physically. He was not himself. At 10 years old, he was definitely starting to hang out with the homies, the thugs. But age 12, Gabe broke into an elementary school and vandalized it. He served 2 weeks in juvenile hall, but he was placed on probation until the age of 15. At age 13, he had tried cocaine, and I heard that he was also popping Xanax. Last year, Gabriel came storming through the door. He was covered in blood. I thought his nose was broken.
We robbed the wrong person who is a homie. We stole guns from him, okay? On accident.
He said that he had broken into a house and stole some firearms. The gang members beat the crap out of him. My husband Jason and I fight and disagree on how to parent Gabe. I'm the stable one in the relationship. I attend most of all the court dates, the probation meetings, school meetings. I feel like Jason contributes very little energy to the family. Things have been pretty rocky over the last few years between Jason and I.
What exactly it is you think I need to change?
I kind of feel like it's the Jason show. You know, like you're just kind of self-absorbed. Like I feel like I'm talking to the wall every time I come home. I'm hoping coming here we can get some help to communicate better so that we can be better parents for Gabe. We need answers, we need solutions, we need a way to try to save Gabe because we just don't know what to do with him.
Well, Sharon's best friend, Rosalie, says Gabe's illness is not to blame for his behavior. She says it's his parents.
I absolutely believe Sharon and Jason parent out of guilt. I feel like Gabe is at the point of no return.
Why is somebody trying to do
Because we're in the streets, bro.
What do you mean you're in the streets?
You're not
where I live
born in
at.
the
streets.
All right, I don't give a bro. I'm in the streets.
I asked Gabe if he was in a gang, and he advised me that he actually is now currently active. When Gabe misbehaves, they make excuses and blame the cancer and all of the treatment that he went under. They allow him to get away with murder. Gabe is causing more conflict between Jason and Sharon, and their relationship has always been a struggle. They haven't shown their children what a healthy, loving relationship actually is. It's no wonder why Gabe is looking for the attention from his homies, because he probably feels like he's not getting it at home.
Who's responsible for you?
Me,
Us. Probation is
before
over
I did
for
what
you.
I did. You?
What?
We're already hitting a probation. I want to get my son on probation.
Because I
We had no
needed
control
some kind of
over you.
support. People can't just go around doing whatever they want.
Sharon and Jason are constantly yelling at each other. They're just so disconnected and don't really even like each other. Jason makes it really hard for Sharon to parent. Sharon will try to set down the law for Gabe. Jason comes in and changes the law that she just laid down. Sharon also does drink to tune out Jason when he is home and what he's doing to make her feel bad. I do believe that Jason is completely checked out of this marriage. If Sharon and Jason don't get their life together, I don't understand how they expect Gabriel to get his life together.
Okay, thank you both for being here. And Rosalie, you have a different perspective on this than you do. You have a different perspective on it than his father does. So we got a lot of different points of view here. But the one thing we agree about is that this young man's in trouble.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you think he is ganged up at this point?
I'm not sure, he says he's active, but then he says, no, I'm not trying to join the gang. So that's why some of them are coming after them because, he's presenting himself like he's in the gang. He's hanging out with the kids in the gang, but, he said he hasn't been jumped into it yet. We can't get a real answer. Yeah.
And you wanted to talk without Jason out here to begin with, his father out here to begin with. Why?
I'm just intimidated by him. He kind of rides over me, and I tend to shut down when he starts talking. He doesn't let me have a voice.
Have you guys given him an easy path because he's had such a hard road?
He did get very spoiled for many years.
And he's been in the hospital a lot.
Yes.
Who was there most of the time?
I was.
And where was Jason?
Working, trying to get work.
Okay.
Sporties, the strip bar.
I'm sorry?
I'm just going to throw it out there. He was at a strip bar a lot, or he was at a bar. I mean, she was at the hospital consistently.
You resent that?
What's that? Yeah. I feel like I felt like I'm doing most of this on my own. His probation meetings, the court hearings, like a lot of stuff. I feel like he could have asked work to take off. It's important. It's your kid. This should be number one.
So you go to all the court dates, you do everything, and Jason's not there. And you say he wants to go to Vegas and be a country star, Jason?
Well, no, he left me. He took off in the middle of Gabriel's radiation when he was younger to go to try out for Nashville Star. That was a trip because I didn't find out until he was already gone. So I was like, "You're where?"
Older son.
And I was staying at the Ronald McDonald House with Gabriel.
But everybody knows that now he's running the streets.
Yeah.
And he's running with gangs at this point.
We are all scared for his life.
And he's getting beat up, he's getting shot at, he's committing crimes, he's doing things that he can wind up dead or in jail.
100%.
Like that. I mean, bang. You know that. So what are you and Jason doing about it?
We're not sure what to do at this point.
Okay, so you have no control over him whatsoever?
No control at all. Gabe does Gabe.
Okay. But you've called the police on him.
Multiple
You've sent him to
times.
juvenile detention, and you've actually said you feel better when he's locked up because he's not on the street.
Absolutely, yeah.
You at least know where he is. Now, he has spent 494 days in juvenile detention from 7/14/17 to 9/20/19. I did some math on that. He's been in juvenile detention, I think, 63% of the time.
Wow.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Well, Sharon says her husband, Jason, blames her for Gabe's constant running away from home. We're going to ask him what he means by that and why it's your fault. We'll meet him next.
Sharon and I are not on the same page when it comes to parenting. Sharon has a tendency to make it about her. Sharon has always been a drinker. I'm going to tell you straight up. I do not like talking to you when you're tipsy or drunk, period. You slur your words.
All right, point
and it's
taken.
Not, okay,
Enough.
I'm just saying. Don't say enough. Because that's about 80% of the time.
And later,
Keep getting violated for dumbass stuff.
what do they violate you for?
Just kicking it with the homies, being out past curfew.
Not going to your probation.
Stuff that we're worried about you for.
Jason is absolutely not a role model for Gabe. Jason did get in trouble as a teen, and he does have a problem with authority. This is why Jason battles with Sharon when Sharon goes to call the police. He feels that it's more harmful than it would be helpful for Gabe.
My husband talks to Gabe like they're buddies. I have zero tolerance for smoking weed in the house. Jason's motto is it's better for Gabe to be smoking weed in the house rather than somewhere else with his homies. Jason just needs to stop this crap and be a real dad.
Well, Sharon says for the past 2.5 years, her 15-year-old son, Gabe, has spent almost 500 days in juvenile detention. Now, Sharon says she gets zero support from her husband, Jason, when it comes to disciplining their son. I've always said, I don't care how flat you make a pancake, it's got two sides. Take a look.
Our son Gabe's attitude makes things very stressful for us. What do you think your definition of the word punk is?
What are you trying to tell me, Dad?
Gabe is a big boy. Gabe is going to do what Gabe wants to do. It doesn't mean I don't care about him. I had trouble in high school with drugs and alcohol. I was on probation. I went to juvenile hall. I understand the world Gabe's in, and I know it's not too late for him. Sharon and I are not on the same page when it comes to parenting. Sharon has a tendency to make it about her. 90% of our conversations has me saying, Sharon, this isn't about you. Try to see it from Gabe's point of view. If I say this, she's going to get mad and storm off. It gets to the point where it's like, why am I bothering with this conversation? You're looking for something
Half the
that
time
I don't know
talk
what
to you
to
and
do.
I say, did you hear me? Did you hear me?
So I get frustrated. We argue more. Nothing gets resolved. Gabriel ends up basically winning the situation, and now there's like total tension. I'm not a cop cruising the beat trying to bust Gabe. He knows we don't want him smoking pot. He knows we don't want him drinking alcohol or breaking the law. Unfortunately, Sharon is going to make him not break the rules. If I even try to point out something from an outside perspective, she'll think that I'm coming down on her and I'm on Gabe's side and it's the whole world against Sharon. Sharon has always been a drinker. I'm going to tell you straight up. I do not like talking to you when you're tipsy or drunk. Period. You slur your words.
All right, point
and it's
taken.
Okay,
Enough.
I'm just saying. Don't say enough. Because that's about 80% of the time. I would point out to Sharon while she was trying to discipline or reprimand Gabe that she sounded tipsy. And I'm like, when you sound tipsy, he's not listening to you. That's when she feels like she has the courage to speak her mind. Unfortunately, it's kind of a rambling. I am of the firm belief that me and Sharon have to be on the same page for any of this to work with Gabe. Because he will play us against each other. So if we're not on the same page, I do not see this working for Gabe. And I'm in fear that Gabe is going to end up shot or in prison.
Tell me what you mean by being on the same page.
I'm of the belief, and it's not that I let Gabe do what he wants to do. Gabe is going to do what he wants to do. So when I say us being on the same page, Sharon doesn't seem to think that, she doesn't realize that yelling at him or in his face, it doesn't work.
But you're saying you need to be on the same page. You mean your page?
No, we could be on, okay. Yeah,
I mean, let's
guess.
be honest.
When I talk about us being on the same page, I mean communicating with each other, because she'll start to reprimand it. And if I even am like, calm down, then she instantly thinks I'm on his side. And then she starts reacting and arguing with me and yelling at me about it.
You belittle her in front of her children, calling her drunk.
I don't belittle her.
Yes,
I
you
belittle
do.
her.
I have been there
Rosalie,
before.
Okay, and I can understand where you get the idea of what you think about her. I mean, there's definitely some things I would like to clear up, first of all. Okay, when it comes to being in the hospital, she might have been in the hospital with him 60 to 65% of the time. I was there the other 35 to 45% of the time. This is when you started drinking. You talk about all the times that, think about you opening a grape juice can so you could be constantly drinking wine in the hospital with our son.
When my girlfriends came to make me feel better and do my hair, and like, you know, it was a very stressful situation. Our kid was dying.
So,
like, give me a break, really?
And okay, so again, if we can't be honest with each other about stuff like this, then I really don't
Have you
know what
ever
the point
locked
is.
up your pot? I see you talking about her alcohol, but what part of this are you going to take responsibility for?
Okay, when it comes to responsibility,
you were smoking
look,
pot
I'm
the
not.
other night with your kid, last night.
You were smoking pot
No.
with my kid too, Rosalie.
Not
Give me a-
Gabriel. Not Gabriel.
Okay, you know
I've
what?
never smoked pot
I'm
with
not
Gabriel. Jaden's 21.
Okay, so you guys want to lie and make me look like a bad guy? That's fine.
I'm here to be honest.
I'm not a perfect person, Dr. Phil.
No.
Dishes. Okay, hold on. And I can understand why you'd see that. You've heard nothing but these guys' point of view.
No, I'm wanting to hear your point of view, but what I hear you saying is you have abdicated your role as a parent.
That's not
You're saying
true.
there's a 15-year-old kid and he's going to do what he's going to do. There's nothing we can do about it. How is that not abdicating your role as a father?
The only control that we have over Gabriel is limiting the carrot. That's it.
What are you willing to do?
I'm willing to do whatever.
I'm asking all of you. What are you willing to do?
Whatever it takes. Anything
Whatever
to
it
save our son.
You know, Sharon and Jason's older son, Jaden, says his dad acts in a way that allows his brother Gabe to get the upper hand over his mother. We're going to ask him about that because some of the dynamics need to change here. What I want to do is come up with something that can save this young man's life, because it wouldn't surprise me if these people went home and I got a call 2 days from now and found out their son had been shot dead in the street. We'll be right back.
Gabe definitely hangs out with kids that are gang affiliated. Most of his words are gang references. He glorifies the gang mentality. First of all, you shouldn't be disrespecting your own family. It's another thing to bring your friends in and have them disrespect us too.
We just got shot at, bro. You think we're gonna leave? You sound stupid. We got shot at right outside the house.
And later,
I'm afraid for your life, Gabe.
how many times have you been shot at?
A couple times, 3 times.
Are you in a gang?
My older son, Jadian, he loves his mom and he's always going to defend his mom. So when I'll point something out which might have a tendency to make her sad, he thinks that I'm totally apathetic and couldn't care less about him or Gabe or the family. And so that's not the case.
I feel like Jadian definitely steps in and tries to tell Jason and I how to discipline Gabriel. I do look and consider what he says, and a lot of the times he's right, and a lot of the times he needs to butt out. It makes me really frustrated. Like, hey kid, you're not the parent.
Sharon and Jason say their 15-year-old son, Gabe, a child cancer survivor, has been in and out of juvenile detention since age of 12 and is now living a gang lifestyle. Now, their older son, Jadian, says he's not surprised because his parents hold him accountable for every infraction, but completely different story with Gabe, who they allow to just run wild. Take a look.
My relationship with my brother Gabe can be tough. I try to be the cool brother, but there's times where I have to let him know what he's doing is wrong. First of all, you shouldn't be disrespecting your own family. It's another thing to bring your friends in and have them disrespect us too.
We just got shot at, bro. You think we're gonna leave? You sound stupid. We got shot at right outside the house.
I feel like I lost some trust with my brother because there was times where he was confiding in me, but I had to let my parents know what was going on. He definitely hangs out with kids that are gang affiliated. Most of his words are gang references. He glorifies the gang mentality. What do gang members do? Get into trouble. What do they do? Steal,
kick it,
post up,
barbecue with each other.
Yeah, I have homies that I barbecue with. We don't.
Yeah, it's the same thing, but
we don't walk around saying, "Where you from? What do you bang?"
If somebody bangs on us, we'll tell them what's up.
Somebody broke into the house and tagged the walls trying to send a message to Gabe. It said, "Watch yourself." It said, "You don't bang." It said, "Bitch." I feel like my parents enabled Gabe by letting gang-affiliated people into the house. One time, my wallet went missing. I had $200. Gabe was there, and it wasn't until weeks later that he had told me his friend stole it. My parents have zero control over Gabe, and it seems like they've completely given up. I feel like what my mom needs to tell my dad is he's not involved enough, but she doesn't. My dad reprimands my mom in front of me and Gabe and puts her down. Gabe has definitely taken advantage of that and used it against my mom. I had to move out of my house because the situation was so stressful there, I couldn't even focus on myself, and it was bringing me down.
Well, Jadian, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
What's your biggest concern for your brother?
That he's gonna end up dead soon. Pretty blatantly, honestly. Gabe is just craving attention, respect, and a sense of belonging that he's not getting at home. So he's looking for it anywhere he can, you know?
I want to introduce you to a friend of mine that knows about the gang life, and it's right here. This is Joseph Lucero. Now, he is a former Los Angeles gang member, and he knows a lot about this life, and he and I have talked about this. You were involved in gangs how long, Joseph?
I was born into it. You know, my father was, my uncles were, my brothers were. You know, that void, I didn't have my parents. So that void that wasn't at home, you spoke well, very well spoken. I looked for it on the streets, and I found it.
Gabe is in danger. There's no question. He's in the life, and he is in danger.
He is. Your son is gangbanging. We only do one of two things. Where you from? Or answer where I'm from. That's it, man. You're a man, your son, you are idolized to your son, you are everything. So is the mother. And I don't mean it in the one's more powerful, but you're his pop, man. You say no, hell no. When that child was born, and you had tears in your eyes, it's got to come back to that. It's got to.
Well, we're going to
Because
meet
the next
him.
tiers are going to be, he's going to be gone.
We're going to meet him, and I want you to talk to him. Sharon and Jason's 15-year-old son, Gabe, says he has no plans to stop hanging with his homies, and his parents just need to chill and stop tripping. Well, we're going to meet him after the break.
I can't say that I'm from the gang, but I kick it with all the homies from the gang. My probation officer gave me gang conditions just because he seen pictures of me kicking it with the homies, red rags and pictures. My mom basically turned me into my PO, like what mom snitches out their own kid all the time.
Gabe has spent a total of 494 days in juvenile hall. It's unbelievable.
Juvenile hall has turned him from somebody that had no respect for authority to a little punk that has no fear of authority and speaks in like this language and he talks like this.
Being in and out of juvenile hall, he's definitely adapted to this gang mentality. He'll get out for a couple days and put himself right back in there.
Life has moved forward, and Gabe doesn't even know where exactly he fits in because he has been in juvenile hall for so long.
Gabe says he's used to his parents giving him absolute freedom, and it's just too late for them to start trying to lay down rules now because that has passed. He's his own man now, and he's going to do what he wants to do. Take a look.
I'm not from the hood, but I kick it with the homies. My day's pretty simple. I just get up, call the homies. They'll just come to my house, and then we'll just post up. We just get like tequila, beers, smoke weed sometimes. Usually we just mob it, and then if anybody starts tripping, then we start tripping too. If you're walking around at night, you're probably gonna get either jumped or popped at it. A couple days ago, I was just posted, sitting there, and then out of nowhere, like, pop, pop, pop. And then I turn around and like there's like a laser right next to my homie's head, and then we started running hella fast, beefing it with a lot of people.
Is there like a hit on you?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't snitch. I've never snitched in my life, so I'm not gonna say like where I was at, who got shot, who I think it was. I can't say that I'm from the gang, but I kick it with all the homies from the gang. My probation officer gave me gang conditions just because he seen pictures of me kicking it with the homies, red rags and pictures. My mom basically turned me into my PO. She would just snitch me out all the time. I don't know why. She'll tell my PO everything. She's oh, I feel safe when you're locked up. I can finally sleep. Like what mom snitches out their own kid all the time. My dad's more understanding than my mom. He doesn't freak out like my mom does. I don't know what they're tripping off of. I know we get shot at and stuff, but that's life sometimes. My brother Jaden, we're close, but sometimes he'll start tripping off me because of the way I act, and he'll be like, oh yeah, if you do that, I'm gonna you up. He tries to be like my dad or something. The first time I got locked up in juvie, it was cool. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be here with my homies, and I did like 50 days. I'm off probation now, so I'm just chilling because I maxed out. I've already been locked up 11 times. I'm trying to get my felonies off my record. I'm not trying to be in the system locked up my whole life. I told my parents I wasn't gonna go back, but they don't believe me.
Okay, Gabe, how you doing?
Good, how about you?
I'm all right. These people that you are running the streets with, most of them have criminal records, right?
Some of them, yeah. Some of them don't get caught up.
Yeah. But you're expected to do certain things that are criminal in nature, and that's high risk for getting arrested, prosecuted, and having felonies.
I already have 2 felonies. I'm trying to get them off my record. I keep getting violated for dumbass stuff. I'm just trying to...
What do they violate you for?
For my mom telling them stuff.
Like what? What do you get in trouble for?
I don't know. What do you tell them? Just kicking it with the homies.
Well, you're
being out past curfew. Going
smoking pot.
Not going to your probation or taking your drug test or
Gone for days
with
at a
your,
time.
You know,
testing
responsibilities.
I mean, it's, stuff that we're worried about you for.
Running away.
What exactly happened here?
I got smacked up.
Who smacked you up?
Some J-Cats.
So what'd they smack you up for?
For some that I didn't even really do.
I'm afraid for your life, Gabe.
That doesn't matter.
I'm
That's
so
not a private
scared
conversation. I don't want that on here.
Well, you said that you were stealing some guns from the wrong person.
Me and my homie were right there. Somebody stole some guns.
You didn't do it.
Nah.
Okay, but somebody thought you did.
Because they try to blame it on us.
How many times you been shot at?
A couple times, 3 times.
Were you doing anything, or did they just drive by shooting at you?
Posted up, or like they'll come out of nowhere from behind us.
So what does posted up mean?
Just posted up, sitting right there on our phone, calling somebody like, where you at?
Just sitting in one place?
Yeah.
Are you in a gang?
Nah, I just kick it with the homies. I kick it with the homies.
You just hang with them?
Yeah.
Our next guest has some words of advice about life as a gangster. And believe me, Gabe will want to listen. We'll be right back. Gabe says he has no intentions of quit hanging with his homies, not even after getting shot at 3 times. He says his parents, Sharon and Jason, think he has changed for the worse, but all he did was just grow up. Well, I want to introduce Gabe to Joseph Lucero, who you've all met already today. He's a former Los Angeles gang member. He spent half of his life in the first 25 years in the penitentiary. I'm concerned about his future, if he has one. What do you think?
Gave you a miracle, bro. You weren't supposed to come this far. There's a lot of pain in that chest, bro. Probably a lot of questions. Why me? Why didn't I die? Why am I still here? Why am I alive? Why the hell did I have to get cancer? Why the hell did I have to go to juvenile hall all the time?
Yeah.
But from today forward, it doesn't have to be like that. Your homies can still be your bros. Because I said that love is real. But you gotta do something for you. Gabe's gotta live now. What do you love to do? Sports, music, anything?
I like music.
You love music.
You
write
rap.
bars?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got 16 on me right now? Give me 16.
Spent 2 years in and out locked in. Kept coming back, still on that probation. I be trying to stay out, trying to do my own but you already know, lil' homie be struggling, been sent to place, man. Got me up. All I was thinking is I'ma keep my head up. Shout out to my fam, shout out to my brothers, shout out to all those other homies being in struggles. I'm just kicking back, I ain't really doing stuck in this building, locked down in this bitch. When I was locked up, I was
I got goosebumps. You just told me a story. That is success. That is you. That is you channeling what you're going through. Everybody in the crowd, what did they do? What'd you guys do?
Oh, chill out.
There's a good feeling though, isn't it?
Yeah.
To get your ass on the wall, put your hands behind the back. It's better than that, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's love, bro. That's acceptance. That's what we all want.
You got to take him out of this situation, because if you don't, he's going to die. He's been shot at 3 times. That's 3 times too many. Now, I have in the audience Shane Gallagher. Now, Shane is the executive director of Wingate Wilderness Therapy. Now, Wingate Wilderness Therapy is the best, most reputable wilderness program in this country. And they're one of the only ones that help young adults with or without substance abuse issues. It combines a life-changing outdoor experience with therapy to help families develop harmony and restore emotional health. Shane, one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal is to pull out of the world completely, hit the reset button, and start over from the ground up. True?
This is very true. You know, Gabe, I was watching your responses to everybody basically this whole time you've been up here. And when Joseph asked you to sing your song, I'll call it, and everybody clapped, you lit up and you looked at your brother, and you're a good kid. And you are somebody who has value in your heart, and you see value in your heart as well. You appreciated people clapping for probably several reasons, but one of them is because you know what it means to belong somewhere and have a sense of belonging. One of the things that we do more than anything else is to help people have a general sense of belonging. What does it mean to belong to the human family, and then also the people closest to you, because we'll be working with this whole crew, not just you.
What do you think about doing something dramatically different than what you're doing every day?
I mean, I'm down to try it out, go for a little bit, but I'm still trying to go back where I live.
You got to be open-minded and lean into it. That's all you got to do. Sometimes these episodes do not end the way we think they will, so you will definitely want to stick around for that. But next, some vital health care information you do not want to miss. And later...
The cops are outside. We're going.
Why? We can talk about why later.
Nah, I'm not going, bro. You already know, bro. We've done this before.
We're leaving right now. Can I ask for your cooperation?
I'm not leaving, bro.
If we all want to be healthy, and that means eating right, exercising, and definitely keeping up with medical appointments. Now, one way to cover the high cost of medical care is with insurance like Medicare Advantage. Now, did you know there are plans that may include free and additional benefits? Joining me is Andromeda DeBerry, a licensed insurance agent and spokesperson for MedicareAdvantage.com. So welcome.
Thank you.
A lot of us are confused about this. Why is it important for people to understand Medicare and their options?
Well, Dr. Phil, for people who are new to Medicare, it's important to know what may be available to them. They may qualify for plans with additional benefits, and that's where Medicare Advantage comes in.
Okay, well, what additional benefits could a Medicare Advantage plan offer that Medicare Part A and B don't?
Well, Medicare is great, but it doesn't cover everything. Now, what many people don't know is that Medicare Advantage plans include the same benefits as Medicare Parts A and B, but may include additional benefits. And that's for things like dental, including dentures, extractions, crowns, and bridges, vision, including free eyeglasses. There's hearing, including free hearing aids. There may also be plans that offer in-home support services, transportation to doctor's visits, free gym memberships, and even free meal delivery.
Oh, really?
Really?
And another big expense for many people is the cost of prescriptions. So does Medicare Advantage help with those expenses?
Yes, plans may include a 75% discount on prescription drugs, and that can be a huge savings, especially for someone who takes medications regularly. In addition, plans may provide an over-the-counter allowance, and that helps pay for everyday items, things like vitamins, supplements, incontinence, blood pressure, and even diabetic supplies.
Well, what about those often unexpected medical costs when I'm talking like hospitalizations? Because one stay in the hospital could cost thousands of dollars. Can Medicare Advantage help with that as well?
Yeah, well, keep in mind that Medicare Parts A and B only cover limited hospital and medical costs. Also, there's no limit on what you may be responsible to pay out of pocket. The good news is with Medicare Advantage plans, there's an annual limit on what you could be responsible for.
Well, it sounds like Medicare Advantage plans help provide important missing coverage and services that people really need. So the big question is, how much does that plan with all these benefits cost? That's the question.
Well, many plans have $0 monthly premiums, $0 copays for many services, or even no deductible.
So Medicare Advantage sounds like a really great option that could help so many people. And you've set up something just for my viewers, right?
Yes. We've set up a special hotline for your audience to call for a free, no obligation benefits review. They can call 1-800-615-0205 and speak to a licensed insurance agent. An agent can help determine if they are eligible to enroll right now and review what additional benefits may be available to them with a Medicare Advantage plan.
Okay, well, it's so easy with just one call. You can make sure you're getting the best plan for you, right? So you can call that special hotline number today. And again, it's 800-615-0205. They can answer a lot of questions that I don't know the answers to. So I'd like to thank Andromeda DeBerry for joining me here today. Now, it's time to go back to the main story. When we last left off, 15-year-old Gabe, he claimed he would go to Wingate Wilderness Therapy in Utah, and it seems like this has been 5 minutes. It's been like a couple of hours backstage. There has been a really unexpected turn of events, and things did not go as planned. But I never give up. So stick around to see what happened next.
cooperation.
I'm not leaving, bro.
We're going to ask for your cooperation, okay?
I'm not leaving.
So, Gabe, if you don't comply, you're resisting. If you resist, you end up in restraints. Okay, can you please stand up? I need to put you in restraints.
Watch out. Somebody's supposed to get the out of my face.
When we left off with 15-year-old Gabe, he told me on stage that he would go to Wingate Wilderness Therapy in Utah. But there was an unexpected turn of events, and things did not go as planned backstage, which is to be expected when you are dealing with such a sensitive issue. But I never give up, even if it means tracking Gabe down in his own hometown.
You're not gonna force me to go to Utah. I'm not leaving state. I'm not going to the program. Let me the out of the room. Look at it. Calm down, bro. Let me out. It's punching the wall. Let me out of the room, bro. Let me go home, bro.
I'm not gonna go without a phone, without my bro. What's up with you, bro? At all. You're either you or you. All of you, bro.
No, I'm glad that you have to have your boys tell you what you can and can't do. You're just waiting for the okay from them.
Bro, I'm not going at all.
Really, homie? You think this is a joke?
Close the door, bro.
We didn't come all the way and do all this so that you could just leave and come home and just go right back to the homies who are shooting at you. What do you think's gonna happen? The bottom line is that Dad, me, and you need help.
We are en route to Gabe's home. You think he's gonna freak on me? I think he's gonna be kind of like groggy sleeping. Get in quick, light on fast. Okay, let's go. Gabe, good morning. Today's the day for the ranch,
You're
bro.
gonna go to the wilderness camp.
What are you doing, bro?
The cops are outside. We're going.
Why?
We can talk about why later.
Nah, I'm not going, bro. You already know, bro. You've done this before.
We're leaving right now. Can I ask for your cooperation?
I'm not leaving, bro.
We're gonna ask for your cooperation,
Nah,
okay?
bro, I'm not leaving.
So, Gabe, if you don't comply, you're resisting. If you resist, you end up in restraints.
Nah.
Okay, can you please stand up? I need to put you in restraints.
So watch out. Somebody's supposed to get the out of my face. What the is your problem, bro?
One more second, man, to not comply, and then it's on. Dude.
Get the out of here, homie.
Dude, stop. Hey, knock you off. Tony, let's lay him down. Stop resisting, Gabe.
We're gonna be there when needs help.
Hey, bro. Come on, hey, I'm joking, bro. I'm gonna die, bro. See, turn me over.
Yes, stop resisting.
Did I turn you over? Give me up, bro. My guns are too tight.
Turn it. We'll loosen them in a minute.
Arms. Oh, what's up, bro? I'm not going nowhere, bro. I'm sleeping. Why you guys pull me on my house? Like, going nowhere, bro. Bro, let me go. You can't drag me in the car. Get the up. Hey, bro.
Shut the doors. Let's go, people.
Okay.
I was hoping it wouldn't go down that way, but in the back of my head, I knew it was going to.
He was going to resist. It's emotionally upsetting, to see him in that state. Ever since he was 11 and first started getting in trouble, it's like we've always thought, like, if all else fails, we'll call the Dr. Phil show and, like, oh my God, somebody please help us. And it's like, I can't believe that this is actually happening. But I hope this is for the greater good and, we can really get some help.
But right now, I feel relief. Like, absolute relief.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity, Dr. Phil. Like, I pray this works. I pray this works.
We're here in Kanab, Utah. We just dropped Gabe off at the Wilderness Program. He's not a happy camper at the moment. Since we got in the car, he was restrained, but we were able to get him out of restraints within 5 minutes, and we were able to calm the situation down. We counseled him, we explained this opportunity and how this works and what it can do for his life. I'm hoping that he makes good choices here at Wingate Wilderness. Compliance is key to any successful program.
My team told me that Gabe has reluctantly agreed to stay at Wingate, and I'm glad he's there, as I believe it is the best and only place he needs to be right now. I've also heard that his parents, Sharon and Jason, are extremely grateful that I did not give up on their son. Gabe is a resilient young man, having beaten cancer as a child. Now, I'm rooting for him and will definitely keep you updated. That's all for today. We'll see you next time.